What's up, witches? I'm learning some things. I have my stream set on a low latency, so please let me know in the chat if things start getting weird on your end. Also, let me know if the audio is not good. Pywacket says hi. He was up here and then he got down, and right before I went live, he came back up again to find his seat. See what a good familiar he is. Pie Pie, look up so they can see you. Look up so they can see you, my baby. Hi. Hi, Pie. You're not going after any of that. None of that. It's all off limits. And I gotta open my window a little bit because I'm already very warm, even though it's chilly out. Welcome. Welcome to my Samhain live stream with readings. Hi, Marcy. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that the audio is good. Yes, I love that kitty too. He's such a sweetheart and he's so crazy. And I've never had a cat that burps like this. This cat borp. Every time he eats or drinks and you pick him up, it's like, so he's a burpy baby. And I put, we call this a warm puppy. It's a fleece and denim thing with rice in it that you heat in the microwave. It's not hot, but I put it on the back because it's something wider for him to put his little butt on. Because when he's back on the back of the chair and I'm here, I feel him sliding down with knives out. So, hi, baby. Hi. Okay, you stay right there, okay? Here, I will sit back just a little bit more, Pie. He's like, put your shoulder back here, Mommy. So I am so happy that I called him in and he arrived just in time for Samhain. Hi, Lisa. How you doing? Kira. Aw. Kira, well, this is Pywacket, and he gave me another one of his names a couple days ago, and that is Pangerbon. If you have not seen the movie The Secret of Kells or Song of the Sea, please look those up. Here, let me. These are Irish animated movies. Irish-made animated movies that are just amazing. Just amazing. Secret of Kells is where the name Pangerbon comes from. And Song of the Sea is a Samhain movie. It is a Samhain movie, so I'm sure we'll be watching that come Samhain time. So I actually have a little list of things that I wanted to tell you about because, you know, when I'm shooting videos and I do such a vlogish style that I rarely write things down beforehand. And I'm finding that afterwards I'm like, damn it, I forgot about this, and damn it, I forgot about that. So I'm going to start making notes here. You know, the old lady wises up. We went and voted today, my husband and my son and I. And I am so glad that it's over with. It was in 1 hour, you know, start to finish. And we live in a small county. So, so there are a lot of people voting, a lot of people voting. And on the way home, we're coming down this one road by the stadium, the university's stadium. And I look up in a tree and it's like, oh, look, there's a huge hawk. And like, he's really a big, that's too dark for a hawk. That's not a vulture. And then I looked again, it's like, oh my God, that's a bald eagle. Sitting in the tree right next to the road as we're driving home. So let's hear it for Goddess giving us a great symbol of American democracy after we do our civic duty. I'm going to take that as a sign that we're heading in the right direction. Now, the other thing, I put up the video today on the chart reading for Samhain full moon. Come on, baby. Come over here. Sweetie pie. Okay, you do that then. You do that then. But I got to scoot over. Okay, pie. And there was something, it's like I keep forgetting it, but I know what it was. This chart, if you haven't watched it, please watch it after the live or watch it tomorrow or something so you can, you know, look at the energies available for this Samhain. But that Uranian energy, Uranus exactly conjunct the moon. I mean, by 3 minutes, not by degrees, by minutes. And to me, that is the Tower card. So I'm going to start these live stream readings by saying that the theme card I feel for this Samhain on Saturday is the Tower. What are we aiming for? We are aiming to take down all the calcified, icky, exclusive, patriarchal, toxic, misogynistic, racist, homophobic, you know, all of that, everything phobic, people phobic. Ah, pie. Oh, ouch. Hi, Jennifer. And Marcy, thank you. Thank you for telling me where you're watching from. Buenos Aires. I heard, no, that was Chile. I had heard that the people in Chile voted to abolish the constitution that was put into place during, was that Pinochet? Yeah, and we can do that too. You know, whatever the Republicans have done to hose our democracy, we can undo. Hi, baby. Hi, my baby. See what a good familiar he is. And, you know, it's just letting him do what he does and respond to energy. He's in my lap every morning during my puja, for part of it anyway. He's attacking my mala. So, okay, yeah, in Chile. I thought so. So, you know, we have examples of human beings taking it back. And I'm telling you, if there are shenanigans after this election, my husband and I told him I'll buy some Depends. I will be out in the streets. You know, I will bust through my whatever physical things I have to bust through. Anyway, Tower card. Just think about Uranus the Awakener, the lightning hitting this tower that needs to come down. It's crumbling. We've outgrown it. It's a prison, and it needs to come down. So let's focus on that for Samhain. Also, oh my God, are you feeling the slowdown mentally? I mean, Mercury has backed up now into Libra. So the intensity of the Mercury retrograde has alleviated a little bit, but it's now starting to slow down. Once we get to the weekend, it's really going to start slowing down in its retrograde path to station direct on the 3rd or 4th. And ouch. And I feel my mind getting sludgier, you know, just kind of sluggish. So but we can look forward to Mercury turning again. Also know that, you know, when Mercury stations and turns on the election, you can expect things to go one way and then go the other way. I am not going to be watching any election returns whatsoever. Do not ramp up your emotional energy and set yourself up for frustration and rage and all that kind of stuff election night. Be nice to yourself. Have a cocktail. Have a cocktail, do something fun, watch a funny movie. We watched The Producers the other night, which is on Netflix now, last night, and I laughed my ass off. So watch something that helps you laugh your ass off. Okay. Saturday, I am scheduling a live stream for 2 p.m. Eastern on Saturday as kind of just a chant along so that we can do the Hail Mother prayer together with a mala just to collectively put some good healing energy out on sound. So please join me if you can. Down below are a couple of donate buttons. You can donate to me through my OBS. You can donate through my PayPal me. You can buy me a gift deck. You can join my Discord. You can sign up for my Patreon. Hi, baby. So all of those things are options for you. I really appreciate your donations. I thrive on your donations. You know, this is my livelihood. I'm finally at a place in my life where it's like I can let go of the business part and just say I'm just going to do my priestess work, rely on donations from the people that like what I'm putting out. So I appreciate it in advance. Oh, pie, honey. Oh, that was the puppy that went down. Thank God. Oh, my God. Okay. All right. On we go. So tonight I got several decks here. We are not doing all these decks. These two I have. Sounds like there's some neighbors out getting ready to have a fire. These two decks, the Divine Power Oracle and the Dark Goddess Oracle, I'm just going to pick one from each to see what goddesses are going to be here and shining their blessings on us. Then we have the Voyager and the Halloween Oracle for each of the signs. All right, so let's start with the Dark Goddess Oracle. Let's honor the dark. And before we do, oh, I love the sound of people gathering outside to have a fire. It's nice. Our neighbors have been like not there, so it sounds really nice. Okay. Nope. First, first, I forget that I don't have a candle. I have my window open because regardless of whether I have a candle burning or what's going on here, when I start doing readings, I just heat up. So I figure if I start kind of cold, it might all work out. All right. I want to offer you a smoke cleanse first. If you've got some sage, fire it up. May our space be clear, clean, and open to wonderful messages. Banish, banish, banish any negativity, any toxic stuff, any ick we don't need. Off it goes. And then, ancestors and allies, guides and guardians, please come. Divine ones, please come. Spirits of Samhain, please come. I hope you can hear people outside. I hope you can hear that. Please come and be present to us. Please let me be your vessel and your vehicle for the messages that everyone needs to hear. Let them be clear and practical and blessed with Samhain energy. Let's offer the fresh water and the fire of Azrael for the Dark Goddess Oracle. Look at those pretty silver edges. And for the Goddess Power Oracle. Hi, Tainted Jaded. 12:43 a.m. Where are you watching from, my dear? 4 hours, you must be over, what, England way? Where are you looking from, Tainted? Right. See where I am. It's 8:43 in the evening, so it's a nice evening. Ah, Pie Wacket, darling. Oh my God, I hope I'm not shrieking in your ear as I get shredded by this kitten. This is salt water that I'm offering as well. All right, Dark Goddess. What energy would like to come out for us to consider for Samhain? What power can we use of the Dark Goddess? I'm going to do them this way. I just heard 1, 2, 3, so one more, and then we'll take off the top. Secrecy. Nematona. All right. So the message that I'm getting here is about our legacy as witches and the secrecy that we've had to live under. In fear of our lives, you know, just having to keep beliefs secret, having to keep celebrations secret, having to keep rites secret. I know that I've gone through many, many phases of secrecy, of, you know, keeping things really deep and dark and then going, fuck it, you know, I am who I am, and kind of going back and forth. And anymore, it's like I am here to bring this energy into the world, and I'm not going to be secret about things anymore. I do respect other women's privacy. Some people, it's not even safe within the relationship they're in to talk about their spirituality as a witch or a priestess, so, or a practitioner of magic at all, you know. So I respect everyone's privacy that way. But yeah, I mean, as you can tell from my YouTube channel, I am a witch out loud. All right, England. Hello there. Thank you, Tainted. I'm so glad you like my channel. This is my harvest, you guys. It's been a year and a month, 13 months, since I relaunched my channel in September 2019. And it's been long, slow baby steps, and I'm going slowly because I want each step that I take to take root in me, to really take root in me as a habit and a practice and a business as I move along. So I am totally fine with slow growth, except financially. Things are getting tough. Anyway, all right. So time to deal with the idea of secrecy in your life and what's the proportion of it that is appropriate for you right now. Are you free enough to state your spirituality? Are you confident enough in your faith and in your spirituality? talking about, goddess spirituality, to say who you are. Because one thing that, and let me just say, it is not your job to convince anybody of anything. It is not your job to defend your belief system. It is not your obligation to share it with someone if you are not ready. If it is sacred to you, you want to keep it secret, sacred, secret, almost the same word. That is your prerogative, and there is no judgment one way or another there. Because with our culture, you come out and say I'm a witch or something, you're going to get challenged and you're going to get all the crap thrown at you, and it's just not your job to hip anybody to it. I did an interview with some kids on campus. We're doing an interview, I don't know, 7 years or so ago, and that was a question that came up. How do you convince somebody that blah, blah, blah magic is real? And I said, it is not my job to convince them. I am sorry that their life doesn't include this incredible experience of magic, but their disbelief in it does not taint my experience of it at all, nor obligate me to convince them one way or another. So feel free to walk away and keep things close to the vest that you need to in order to feel safe, in order to explore your spirituality at your own pace. At your own pace. Now, I want to say, because this is barreling through right now, this is a moment for us, witches, witches that have been practicing. We are coming to a karmic cusp here, and things are really shifting. I'm not down with every other month you see something about there's a portal opening. There's a portal opening. You know what? A portal opens every fucking day when you open your eyes. That's when the portal opens every day. What are you going to do with it? But when you're looking at Samhain, where all the pagans in the world are going to be pointed at this moment in time, and you look at the full moon and the Uranus conjunction and the stellium in Capricorn and everything that's happening, this is a moment in time where a lot of energy is going to be pointed in the same direction and available to us. So do your bit. Just do your bit to add to that energy, to bend it the way we witches do and send it. Bend it and send it the way you want it to go. Hold on a second. Okay. Now, let's look at what the Divine Power Oracle wants to tell us. Do you like my Samhain set? Here, let me show it to you a little better. There, with my lights and everything. Do you like it? All right. Whoop, here they go. Okay, I've got 3 that popped out, so let's take a look at all of them one at a time. Mary of Nazareth. Okay. The Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. So, Mother of God, remember me. Show up. She can, however we bring her back into the world, whatever form she's in, it doesn't matter. It's all the great goddess. So if you grew up your entire life praying to Mary, and that's natural for you, and those are the words you can say that you can put your feelings into, do that, It doesn't matter. The divine feminine just needs to keep awakening and growing and growing and growing and growing. All right. Sappho. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. And then we have Catherine Labouré, the patroness of miraculous healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. Let's look at Sappho. I love the women in my life fiercely. Please watch the video, the unboxing video that's coming up on Friday. It is a mind blower. It's the Phoenix cards, and they are past life cards. And I asked for one card, because it's like I can't just do just a reading with these. It doesn't work that way. So I asked for the card that would show us the past life that we all spent together. My witches. You got to watch that video. Blew my fucking mind. All right. So I love the women in my life fiercely. Yes, I do. Every woman that ever walked through the door to Mother Drum, every woman that's ever showed up for a reading, every woman that's ever showed up for one of my rituals. I love you fiercely. I had a friend reach out on Sunday to ask about Samhain. I hadn't seen her since, Mother Drum Low those many years ago. And she's like, I just felt like I needed to reach out and ask about what you're doing for Samhain. So I am so grateful when you reach out, when we reach out to each other and we connect. That's what it's all about, folks. And energy that is blended is energy that is increased exponentially. So if you've ever done group ritual and you know the kind of power you can raise on your own, and then you see what happens when you get the group together. Also on Friday, there's a video coming up about Samhain traditions, about scrying. And in that, I talked about doing group scrying and how much it can magnify the psychic availability for each person. It enhances everybody's abilities. So, Catherine Labouré, I am ready to heal as the collective feminine. Yes, it is time to heal. It is time to stop the bullshit, stop trying to justify our place at the table. All this stuff, it's time to bust through, is what I'm feeling. It's just breakthrough time for this divine feminine energy. I think it was the year of the 2016 election when somebody projected Kali Ma on the side of a building. I want to say Kuala Lumpur. I can't remember exactly where it was. And I remember thinking, boy, howdy, here we go. And here we go. This is Kali energy. She is ripping out the ick by the roots. So, all right. Now I'm going to set those aside and get on with it. All right. And so when I pulled these decks out and I asked the Halloween Oracle, it's like, just give me my card for tonight. What's my card going to be? And I get scrying. So it's perfect. Intuition. And scrying is traditional for Samhain. Please watch the video on Friday. What we're doing tonight is not scrying. This is divination. Scrying is a form of divination, but not all divination is scrying. So let's get a going here. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more on, frankly, because I can't remember if I passed these texts through or not. What are you guys doing for Samhain? I would like to hear. This year, it feels like fucking Christmas to me this year, you guys, because I've been concentrated on it this whole week and talking about traditions and, setting my little desktop altar here. And we're working on our ancestor altar downstairs. I will put up a video to show you that ancestor altar. So I'd love to know what you're doing. Yeah. Oops. We're starting with Scorpio, by the way, and I'm going for a card each. All right, Scorpio. Dullness is what comes out of the Voyager deck. So Scorpio, let's just acknowledge where we're at energy-wise. We're in the middle of Scorpio season, but this heavy Capricorn energy and the Mercury retro is just making us very sluggish and dull. I remember when this Mercury started getting like sluggishness cards a lot. So the dullness card is just saying it's time to do something to wake up your mind. Do something to have some fun. Maybe spend a day and just fucking dress up in a costume if you're not feeling spiritual Samhain. Something to shake you out of that dullness and the doldrums. And they're telling me, okay, fool child. So we're talking about playing here, about going back to an interest that makes you go, oh, this is great. It's like me playing with my cards. If I'm feeling dull, just go grab a deck and instantly I'm interested. So Scorpio, it's time to just grab that childlike love of play and go for something that always gets you interested, if not obsessed, just to crack that dullness. Okay? Halloween Oracle, and here we go. The lamp, which is remembrance. Scorpio season, remembrance. It's all about the ancestors and remembering them. So Scorpio, again, spend some time talking to your ancestors, asking them for some freshness to come in and help to move you out of the dullness as well. I'm looking for a pie. Oh, there he is. He's sleeping on my scarf. Oh. Okay. I just can't move my chair unless I know where he is so I don't squish him. All right. And we had another one fly out, and we have hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. So make sure you get the ancestor altar set, Scorpio. Just get out the photographs that you have of your ancestors. If you don't have photographs, you can write their names down on a beautiful piece of paper. Just write their names down. Put out a candle, put out a sage pot, put out, some other incense, put out some fall leaves and a pumpkin and whatever. Just set a nice little beautiful thing. Fresh water is always welcome. A pomegranate, an apple, beautiful things of fall, and maybe make an offering of some alcohol, a glass of wine, something like that, or something that they loved. And then on Samhain, when you have your feast or just your dinner, whatever you're doing, set a plate for them and put it on their altar so that they can eat too. All righty. I just love the sounds of happy people. I hope they're staying safe. All right, up next is Aquarius. And appropriately, because of this, all righty. You saw that, right? All right. We get the moon for Aquarius. And, I mean, Uranus ruling Aquarius, conjuncting the moon for the full moon. Aquarians, this is going to be a hot full moon for you. I mean, hot. The energy of updating, the energy of awakening, the energy of breakthrough. Breakthrough is Uranian energy. This energy also favors astrologers and anybody working with technology, anybody thinking towards a more humanitarian future with technology and science. But the moon is what comes up for you here, Aquarius. So it is time for you to really pay attention to your emotional side and the side that reflects life. Aquarians tend to go straight into the intellect, and they're sometimes very locked in ideas of the way things are and why they are the way they are. This is talking about going a little bit deeper into the unconscious mind, into the deeper patterns, the subterranean patterns of things that are happening in life. So when you're looking at the surface things, Aquarius, ask yourself, where's the underground stream? Where is the stream? What are the roots that this is springing from? And just go a little bit deeper and more intuitive. All right. These are coming out in chunks. Exploring wildness, black cat, fortune meets opportunity, and apple, risk and reward. All right. So Aquarius, just time to cut loose, exploring wildness. Aquarians like structure, mental structure. Sometimes they don't do that, or sometimes it's like a crystalline structure. Sometimes the structure doesn't make sense to anybody but them because they also leap. They have leaps of thought, right? So, but they also are very, what's the word I want here? Committed to their ideas. Sure and committed to their ideas. So I'm going to look at exploring wildness as allowing yourself, and look at werewolf right next to the moon. Oh my God. Let yourself let go and go into an ecstatic state here, Aquarius, out of the intellect into the ecstasy. That's what I'm seeing there. Go out and howl at the fucking moon on Samhain. Then we have fortune meets opportunity, risk and reward. So Aquarius, that is saying that for this Samhain season, anything that you're doing as far as a project or a business, there's going to be opportunities. Start to frame that now for your Samhain wish. How do you want that to play out? Because it looks like there's a fortune meets opportunity, that it would be a fortunate time to take a risk and do a little bit of speculating. Okay. Leap into the unknown, wild unknown here. Take a leap, Aquarius. These are fun so far. Yay. Always good to know that I'm plugged in on any given live stream. Okay. Pisces is up next. Thank you for cooperating, my beautiful performing cards. Okay, this came up reversed. This is Ace of Wands, illumination, and it's coming up reversed here. So Pisces, it is time for you to come out of the fog. Aquarius needs to kind of go down into the fog and the emotional, intuitive. Pisces, it's time for you to sort of come out of the fog and shine a light, illuminate. Time to get something going for yourself. All right, hold on. I'm going to take a look at the book. I decided I wasn't going to, but you know, what the fuck. All right. Because there are so many things in these images, I just want to make sure I'm not missing something. The hand means you've touched upon a truth. You've seen beyond the surface reality. Illumination is a torch of revolution and purification. Revelations inevitably produce changes, the burning up of old patterns, characteristics, and circumstances. All right, so this is talking about bringing a light into things that are habitual and things that have become dogma and unquestioned. Pisces does habit very well. Pisces does unconscious very well. So it's time to consciously look at the habits and the way you're going about things and get something new started. It's an ace, but it's reversed, so you need to start something new, Pisces. We should be getting, you know, possibly be getting collectively to this place where we're moving through the kind of 6-month dip in this pandemic as far as just how we respond to it and how we're feeling, you know, emotionally and energetically. So look at Samhain as hitting that reset button, Pisces, and go, I need to start something new, brand spanking new. Not just a reboot of old habits, but something brand spanking new. Okay. While you guys are hanging out, if you have any questions about any of the Samhain videos you've watched so far, let me know. I'm happy to talk about them. All right, there we go. Skeleton, strength. All right, so Pisces, you can strip down those outer habits and really like strip it down to the bare bones structure of what you want to accomplish in your life right now. Okay. And the bare bones structure. Okay. I have to work and I need this much money. I have to get up at this time of day. And between this and this is a bunch of habits that maybe aren't directly related to this and this. And what can I do to change things up? All right. So stripping things back to the bare essentials. I mean, this is talking about strength, but what I'm seeing is it's time to identify your strengths, identify the foundation that you stand on as far as your day-to-day living and as far as your spirituality as well. Okay, the links. Well, if you go to my channel and you click on videos, they're all going to be there right in a row. So subscribe, because I want to spend my time here reading for you rather than fiddling around on my channel and looking for links, okay? So I'm going to ask you to take on that project. If you're interested in the things that I'm posting, go to my channel afterwards and you will find Wheel of the Year playlist with all the Samhain videos on it. You will find them also on Spells and Rituals list. But for now, let's look at readings. If you want to, you know, bop on over to the channel and just click on videos and look at things when you've heard the reading for your sign, you are free to do that. So, all right. So yes, identifying your strength, Pisces, and not just, you know, the details that you tend to get awash in all the time. Strip it down to the core, look at your foundational strength, and then start building new habits to hang on that skeleton of structure. All right? Okay. All right, darling. Let's see who's up next as I'm shuffling. Up next is Virgo. This is the original big chunky deck. CAD, CAD, chunky ass deck. That's what I'm going to call them. It's a CAD. And this was the original CAD. All right, they're telling me done. We have passion for you, Virgo. 10 of Cups. So Virgo, who is very into structure as well, and process, more than structure, process. And so familiar processes are very comforting. Here we're talking about passion and really tapping into what lights your fire. I was reading I think it was the end of a Pema Chodron book the other day, and it was something like, being free from passion and aggression. And I reacted to that because the word passion to me, I understand what she's saying. She's talking about grasping, I need. She's talking more about need than passion. Craving is the word that I think she wants there. It's the painful passion. But passion itself is what keeps you interested in life. Passion over, playing music or doing readings or drawing or traveling or, whatever it is that you do, sports. Passion about it is what can pull you through life and pull you on to the next thing. And it's the excitement of that passion that can keep you learning and questing and moving forward. So passion by any means is not a dirty word. And look at what a gorgeous card this is. Just look at that. So Virgo, time to fill your senses. Look at the beautiful autumn colors. Go out, take a drive around, fill your senses with those colors. Go out into the woods and smell the damp earth. Feel the excitement and the love for life sort of welling up in you to get your passion rolling again. All right. And we got there the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. So, it's the Halloween Oracle, so of course we're getting Halloween kind of cards. But great Samhain, really underworld deathy kind of cards. I love it. So the underworld where all things pause and begin again. So pausing is what is called for here, Virgo. You keep things rolling, you process, you do the thing, do your duty, you serve. That's what Virgos do best. But now it's talking about taking a pause and refreshing yourself, getting your passions going before you begin again. And Samhain can be that pause for you. So, a lot of times when I'm talking about things, it sounds like I'm saying, take a 2-week vacation, take a vacation, get out of Dodge for a while, go to a spa, go into the Poconos, stuff like that. That sometimes a vacation is just the pause of your daily routine to stop and celebrate. And like I said, as I've been going through this week and doing videos and things, it's really feeling celebratory to me. It is feeling as much a holiday as Christmas was always when I was growing up. So yeah, there you go, Virgo. Give yourself a refresher. Get the juices flowing again. All right. Taurus is up next. Whoop, that one levitated. I love the way these cards they literally like float off the deck. It kills me. All right. Synergy, Taurus. This is talking about the blending of energies, and I've got an image of streams flowing together. So whether this is your various things that you do, Taurus, the various energies that you're putting out and making sure they're coordinated, or whether this is with someone else, it's time to consider looking at all these different streams of energy not as separate things, but as how do these work together? What would happen if these two streams came together and blended? What would happen if our ideas were blended? What would happen if I applied the skills that I do in this part of my life to this part of my life? And the synergy of those things coming together. And what I'm hearing is no more separation. No more separation. No more compartmentalization. I like this Halloween deck. I like the way it handles. I like the way it shuffles. It's waking up splendidly. Okay. And for you, Taurus, we have the hearth again. So happiness in our hearts and homes. What is more Taurian than that? And I can't urge you enough. If you don't have a fireplace and if you've got a nice TV get the frickin' fireplace videos up on there. My son's partner came in, and our room looks to the woods, which are just getting bright and glorious, and it's amazing. And I get up in the morning in the fall, I put on the fireplace on YouTube before I do my puja. And so they came in and just said, "Oh, the fire, I just love the fireplace." And I mean, it's just, there's something that responds in us as human beings to that idea of a hearth and a gathering. And, it's been said since TV came into existence that it's like a fire substitute. We are hardwired to gather around the light for protection, for community, and the TV kind of did that. Well, now we've come full circle, and you can throw a damn fireplace on your TV, and we can do virtual ritual together around a virtual fireplace. I love it. Okay, so Taurus, fire up that hearth, make a beautiful home on Samhain, and serve good food to people. Make good food, make things that feel good and taste good to you, and blend your energy. So this, as far as Samhain goes too, talking about group working, Taurus, get your group working together. And I'm hoping to get another video on just like kind of some miscellaneous Samhain traditions and some more ideas for how groups can work together and stuff. We'll see if that comes to fruition or not, because I've been busy. I've been shooting like all day, every day. All right. Next up is Aries. So the videos I've done so far, I did one on Samhain life in death. I did one on keening. And today was the chart. There's an apple spell that's coming. And a video on scrying and ancestor altars. I wanted to do one on God and Goddess forms, but I didn't because there's so many. But the themes are common. The themes at this time of year, the dying and rising God, which is the grain, he's dead. And the God is a straight line, birth to death, cut down, right? The goddess is a circle. She goes from maiden, mother, crone, maiden, mother, crone. She always contains the other parts of herself in each stage. Maiden, mother, crone, she is eternal. She goes round and round. So the God has died, and this is where we are grieving him and honoring him and accepting, the presence of the seed as the promise of next year. And then we also have the horned god at this time of year who is reigning in the woods. I haven't seen a stag this year. I would like to. Please, please. So, all right. Aries. Oop. There we go. Shuffling long ways kind of facilitates cards flying out, so. Oops, and I've got the deck upside down. No, I don't. They flew out upside down. All right. So we have Knower and the High Priestess card. All right, Aries. Aries is rarely accused of being like internal and intuitive, right? But you are. You wouldn't be sitting here watching this. So, and always remember, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Sage of Crystals is the knower. So, Aries, it's time for you to validate what you've learned in this life, what you know, what your area of expertise is, because the High Priestess says it's time for you to really own it and make that work on all levels, on an energetic level, on a mundane life level. This is, we're everything we do at Samhain should be operating on all levels. We do these little mundane things in spell work so it resonates on the higher spiritual level, right? So, that goes for everybody in all the readings I'm doing. But Aries, just time to claim your knowledge, claim the validity of your story, claim your wisdom. Everything that you've been through, particularly the things that you think about and think about them as a waste or a mistake, or I wish that had never happened. All of these things are part of your story and they contribute to your well of wisdom. These are your wisdom jewels, you know, your wisdom petals from your wisdom heart. These are your pearls, you know, and they don't become your pearls until you gain the perspective to look at them and say, oh, here's what I learned from that. Here's how that shaped me. This can take years. This can take a lifetime. What this is saying is it's time to start looking at it now, Aries, to take a look back at Samhain time, at the things that you wish were dead and buried, and say, how has this shaped me? What is the strength that it has given me, and how has it shaped me as a stronger, more skillful person? Because the high priestess is that skill and wisdom. All right, let's see what we got on the other one. Come out, wherever you are. I wonder if this is my neighbors down at the very end, because they're witches too. Love to go out and say, hey, check out my live stream. Whoop, there we go. And what we have is trick or treat, mischief and play. Well, nobody does it like Aries, right? Nobody does mischief and play, you know, the burning bag of dog shit on somebody's porch. No, don't do that. Please don't set things on fire, Aries, unless it's in a little fire pit, please. Okay. So, so as you know, overhear all the things I talked about, but then it's time to indulge as well, Aries, and just get out and kick up your heels and have some damn fun. Adult trick-or-treating would be a great thing to do. My town had our trick-or-treating last Sunday. Not many people did it. Certainly not where I live, because it's student housing. There just aren't children in this complex. But so all the candy's gone. You know, all of the Halloween candy has been sold and gone. But I need to pick up some more for Saturday. I think I'll make my daughter do that so that everybody can go trick-or-treating. And I also have to tell you that my daughter has done things like at Samhain brought a tub, like a laundry basket, full of candy. She did it at Easter one year too. Everybody got a little bag, and it was this frickin' laundry basket full of candy. And my family's not that big. So go out and have some fun, Aries. Get into the good kind of trouble. Remember John Lewis talking about getting into the good kind of trouble, like voting? That's good kind of trouble. It's not trouble. It's your civic duty. All right, Gemini. I wish I had some brandy. I wish I had just a little bit of brandy. Whoa. Because it's feeling celebratory. Stagnation, and this one came up upside down on the floor. So, Gemini, good news for you. Stagnation is coming to an end with Mercury turning. Your ruling planet being retrograde right now. Yeah, stagnant, dull, icky water, you know, swamp water. Time to get it flowing. So stagnation, you notice this is the Eight of Cups. We're talking about emotions here. So though I mentioned Mercury at the beginning, we're really talking about getting your emotions moving. And what I just saw is Gemini going, yeah, so what? You know, so what? It's feelings. Who cares? So what? But there's still feelings. It's still emotional energy. You still have feelings, Gemini. And you need to process that energy. Think about it as food. Think about emotions as a meal. You know, you consume life. You have emotional reaction. If you choose not to shove those feelings aside, if you choose not to feel those feelings, it's like eating a meal and not taking a shit ever. So time to get out of the I'm trying to put a frickin' slipper on here and it won't turn around the right way. Okay. So time to get the emotional energy moving, Gemini. Acknowledge what your feelings are, get them moving so we can bust the stagnation. And this is saying it's going to happen, so that's good. You have a right to your feelings, Gemini. You're not unemotional. Even with the Gemini moon, you intellectualize your emotions, but you still have them. All right, Gemini. You got the werewolf too, exploring wildness. So Yeah, time to go a little bit deeper with that energy, Gemini. They tend to be sort of wild, just communicative and flighty, and, let's go off and do fun things and talk. But as far as really tapping into the wilder part and letting her rip, I mean, this card really is talking about the wildness of ecstasy to me. I was talking to my sister in law about ecstasy the other day, and that it is peak of emotion. There's a Buffy episode. I think it's called Passion. And it's the one where I don't care if I'm spoiling this or not. The show's been around long enough that people ought to know if they're interested. But it's the episode where Angel kills Jenny. And he talks about an ecstasy of grief, seeing someone in an ecstasy of grief. And it's like, whoo, how do those two work together? Because we think about ecstasy as being just the best feeling ever. But what it is, it's wild feeling. You can have an ecstasy of love. You can have an ecstasy of grief, an ecstasy of pain, an ecstasy of rage. It's just where the emotion is wild and going, and I'm not in control of it, and I am going with it. All right? I am just in it and going with it. So that's what we're talking about here. And, when I'm, again, thinking in terms of Samhain, doing some drumming, some shamanic drumming, boom, 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 getting out there and dancing, put on some recordings. I'm also going to put together a playlist of some of my favorite Samhain music, if I can find it on YouTube, and share that with you as well. But yeah, some pounding drums. And even if you're by yourself, put the headphones on and fucking dance, man. Just let it dance till you piss your pants, let it rip, okay? All right. Capricorn is up next. Let me see something here. All right. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any fun stuff that's going on? Oops. All right, we'll take them out of there. These are the original sticky together cards too, the plastic coated things. All right. Two of Crystals, equanimity. All right, Capricorn, equanimity is about non-judgment. It's about having no preferences. Okay, here's a Buddhist thing. there's a quote: "The great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences." And it's like, well, how can you get through life without preferences? But preferences are the judgments that take us into suffering with, I like that, I don't like that, I want more of this, I want that to go away. The push-pull that we're in all the time of craving and aversion. And so equanimity is accepting things as they are. Now, this is tricky because it doesn't mean that everything's okay. I mean, that can sound like, it can be interpreted like, oh, so you just want me to be apathetic and not give a shit about anything. No, that's the third kind of suffering. Equanimity is about, I'm not going to fly off into one judgment or another when something happens. It's kind of like if you get pissed off every month when you pay the bills. What's that doing for you? The bills are going to be there every month, and you're going to pay them, and they're going to come back again, and you're going to pay them again, and they're going to come back again. And every month when it's time to pay the bills, if you're sitting there going, God damn it, I can't stand it, I have to pay these bills, and you're pissed off, what are you doing but suffering? So equanimity says, oh, there's a bill. As they are, behaving like a bill. I will pay that, and now it's done. And just like that. You don't have to judge it one way or another. You can see it in balance. So the rest of the quote, the great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. When hope and fear are absent, everything is clear and undefiled. To make the slightest distinction, heaven and earth are pulled infinitely apart. Okay, let's unpack a little bit here. Sorry, we're sidestepping for just a couple of minutes. So, when hope and fear are absent, hope and fear are craving and aggression. Hope is, yeah, I want, please, please bring me, grasping, craving. Fear is no, 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 don't want, push away, push away. All right. So when hope and fear are absent, everything is clear. You can see things as they are, not as your judgment makes them. There's the point. As they are, not as your judgment makes them. So, to make the slightest distinction, heaven and earth are pulled infinitely apart. So it just says that when you judge like that, suddenly heaven is way back there. You can't experience heaven, which is nirvana, and that's the state that you can be in when your mind is at rest and not judging everything. All right, Shanti Deva. Oh, 2:30 in the morning. Okay, 2:30 in the morning in France. Bienvenue, Shanti. Shanti Deva is one of the great sages. There's a dance that's done to Shanti Deva. That's a Buddhist dance. With a wish to free all beings, I rely on the enlightened ones, their teachings, and the exalted community until I am enlightened. Enthused by compassion and wisdom, today in their sacred presence, I generate the mind of enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. As long as space endures and sentient beings remain, may I dispel the world's misery with my love and light. That's a Shanti Deva verse. So, hi Shanti Deva, thank you for showing up on my live stream. Awesome. So, Capricorn, equanimity, trying to get away from the negative mindset and the mindset of judging good and bad. How can I see things just as they are and be free? Be free from being pulled in one direction or another. Big message for you there, Capricorn. That was a big ass message. Yep. Compassion prayer, absolutely. And that's a full practice. That prayer that I just gave you is a full practice. You start off with doing refuge, and you generate enlightened mind, and you dedicate it to all beings, and take your bodhisattva vows. It's awesome. All right. And you come up with Apple 2, risk and reward. So Capricorn, what do you have to risk? What will happen if you let go of your habit of mind and your habit of judgment? What would the reward be if you weren't eaten alive with judgment and negativity? All right. So take a risk and I've talked about this before. Oh, yay, Rose. Yay. Yay, you made it. Okay, you know what? I just realized I never hit return on that. So, yay, Rose made it for Capricorn. All right. So just think about, I've talked before about how difficult it is to let go of emotional energy once we are in it. And there's a term in Tibetan Buddhism called Shenpa, and it's the hook. It's like somebody says something and suddenly you feel that, and she's like, just behind your breastbone, just this, you get yanked and, okay, now I'm pissed off and now I've got to do something. And then you start generating. What if you took a risk and just said, I'm going to just go and blow that away. I'm going to choose to change my emotion right now. I'm going to choose not to invest in that and generate all that energy and just go, does it matter? No, I decide it doesn't matter. And that's the thing. It's down to you. You're the important one. I decide it doesn't matter to me. It's not up to you to bring karma to that other person and, whatever they did. I mean, there might be something that needs to be negotiated out where you say, hey, you said this and it kind of hit me the wrong way. But if you let go of the emotional energy, you're able to talk and negotiate like that. You're able to go to somebody and say, hey, something happened the other day and I just need to talk to you about it so we can, so we can move forward, and you just negotiate without the emotional spin. So risk and reward, Capricorn. Take a risk and step aside from your habitual mindset into that mindset of equanimity and see what happens. All right. Hi, Baronessa. Okay, let's see. Yeah. What would it be like if we did something different? There's an author named Byron Katie. She, her work is called the work. Byron Katie has 4 steps to help get you out of your hell of judgment. And it starts with catching yourself in the judgment. You know, okay, somebody's just pissed me off and I've just decided they're a fucking asshole and they're this and that and everything else. So, first question is that true? And you'll say, well, of course it is. They're just, Can you be absolutely 100% sure that that's true? So you're labeling this person as a blah, blah, blah. You're interpreting their motives. And the question is, can you be absolutely certain that that's true? Your judgment of that is true. Well, no, you can't. You can't know what's in somebody else's mind. Third question is, how do I feel when I have that thought? Fourth question is, who would I be without that thought? So there you go, Rose. There's a complete practice there. Look up the work by Byron Katie. Watch her in action. There are many, many videos of her working with people in big workshops and things. Watch her take people's locked in shit. And you're thinking, oh, this person's got her. She's not going to be able to do this. And she just takes them and just makes them poof. It just makes things poof. Please do that. You'll really enjoy it, I think. Okay. So, Libra is up next. As I listen to my friends and neighbors laughing outside, and we have the Lover's card, Libra. Oh, ho, ho, Libra. Mercury is back into Libra now. It'll be in Libra when it goes direct again. So, good time to, reconnect, communicate with the people that we love. The Lover's card, Libra, I want to talk about the most important person in your life, and that is you, and how you show your love to you. And also, when we're talking about partners and things, whether you're in relationship or not at the moment, there is nothing more attractive than someone who is passionately in love with their own life. So the Lover's card here is about Libra really looking around and recognizing what there is to love about yourself and your life, and then letting that spill over into everything else and letting that attract to you the incredible things that it can attract. I mean, there's nothing more attractive like to another person. There's also nothing more attractive to the universe. Okay. Take you one, whoop, there we go. I was going to say they wanted me to keep shuffling. We have ghost, regret, and the love and legacy of our DNA ancestors. Okay, regret. So Libra, time to look back at the things that the burden, I'm hearing the word burden really loud, the burden that you're carrying of regret as far as your relationships have gone. As far as, beyond social interactions, I'm getting bigger relationships here. Look at what you're regretting and then ask yourself, how can I make it better? How can I make it better? It might be too late to make it better with a person, with another person, but it is never too late to forgive yourself. It is never too late to forgive yourself. And forgiving says, I am going to look at this and my role in this, and with the eyes of compassion, I'm going to ask, look at the trauma that set me up to this event that I am now regretting. And compassion of who you are, who you were then. Ask yourself, was I really doing my best? Because I tend to believe that most of the time, we are all doing the best that we are capable of doing in that moment. I really do believe that. So when you look back on regrets, look back through the filter of, I really was doing the best that I could do with what I had at the time. Now I know better. And I'm going to forgive myself for being that person that I was then. And if it's possible, I can make amends to patch up a relationship or make it stronger, But forgiveness says I'm going to learn what I needed to learn from that. And I have found a big chunk of forgiveness is about just, me being able to talk about the things I've done in the past without shame. So it helps to get rid of the shame too. And then we've got ancestors here, the love and legacy of our DNA. So Libra, this might be dealing with people that have passed on, people that were your ancestors, regrets that you have, maybe the people that you didn't know that you regret you didn't know them. In that case, you can do some ancestry work and start digging up some information about them, maybe. I know my grandmother, my Slovakian grandmother that I never met, I've learned so much about her and her family on Ancestry. And by connecting with some distant cousins that I've also never met and finding out all about her family and her sisters and her brother and where they were from and records, church records. And it's just been stunning. And I feel closer to her, and it has alleviated a lot of regret from not knowing my grandmother. I mean, more than half of my DNA comes from that region. So, so yeah, you can do that too. Look back to your ancestors in terms of asking them for forgiveness or asking them to be part of your life. I regret that I never knew you. Please be part of my life going forward. Okay? The deck on the left, this is the Voyager deck. It is still available. It's an amazing collage deck. You can look on my channel. There's an unboxing for this. Just go to the unboxing playlist and search Voyager Tarot. The most fabulous whoa, God, I hope that charcoal wasn't still hot. Stunning, stunning collages. And with the book, every single, this was a first edition, by the way, every single thing that is shown in these cards is mentioned in the book. And the collages are so expertly done that there are things that I've read where I've had this deck for 30 years, and I've still not found one particular image there because it's just so well done. All right. Onward. Revenons à nos moutons. All right, Leo is up next. And don't think I actually speak French, because I don't really. I mean, I could find a bathroom and get around and shit, but as far as conversational French, very halting. I just have a good accent, that's all. Or, that's my own opinion. Maybe I don't. All right, I'm turning all these. I got 3. We have setback, success, and seeker. All right, Leo. Mio. Talking about my channel-o. Setback and success. Setback and success. Story of my life. I have built businesses and watched them go away, and built businesses and watched them go away, and struggled and struggled and struggled with my family trauma, legacy of money trauma. And that's why you're going to hear me asking for donations from you, because I have a very difficult time asking, and it doesn't help my business. So please, if you get something out of these readings, if you would like to support my work, please, what's the word? I ask. I mean, I'm looking for an adjective here. Fuck that. I ask you to donate. Thank you so much. And thanks to everybody that sends decks as well. So setback and success. It's this 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. The thing that has changed for me, and maybe for other Leos as well, is just my commitment to it over the long haul. That little back and forth is okay with me as long as I am still moving forward. And there have been times where I felt very stagnant, but then it's like, all right, I'm going to get on YouTube. Ooh, I just found out how to schedule a live stream, and I've found out now I have to schedule it 5 minutes before if I actually want that 5-minute wait time, not cutting into the live stream time. So, and I've found things out about my OBS, and I'm learning things about Patreon. Every day I'm trying to learn one more tiny little nugget that can help take me to a more successful place. So yeah, setback and success, back and forth. And seeker talks about seeking out what you need to be successful and to get through the setbacks, Leo. So this is one of my favorite cards in this deck because it's just so peaceful looking, and it has a deer on it, and my last name is Hart, and that's a deer. So it is one of my main family totems. But look at the gentleness. I mean, look at the hair and those ears sticking up, and there's somebody with arrows here. So there's this idea of somebody hunting and seeking after these animals. But we also have animals that are hunters and going after what they need. So, Leo, go after what you need. Hunt it down, seek it out. Um, Analyze your setbacks. What do I need in order to move beyond this? What do I need to learn? That's what takes you to success. Hi, sunshine. Hi, darling. How are ya? Yay. Good to see you here. Blessed Samhain to you. All right. They're telling me to shuffle just a couple more times. All right. Boom. Apple. And I think the video for the apple spell goes up tomorrow. So apple is risk and reward. Again, it's been kind of a business context for you, Leo, here. So it is about risk and reward, that you've got to, launch things a little bit before you're ready. In September, I was going to launch something, but it was way before I was ready. So I launched in October with Patreon and Discord. It's still before I'm ready, but I was ready-er. I was ready to do that, and now things, I can figure out what I'm doing with that. But this is talking about just stepping out a little bit out of your comfort zone, Leo, and take some risk, because with great risk comes great reward. And it doesn't have to be great risk. It can be little risk. Just before you feel like you're quite ready. It's sort of like I have a tendency in, playing guitar and in all of the things that I do, to set up things that are a little bit beyond my skill level, and then you raise your skill level to meet your goal. Every time I've taught a class, it's because, time for me to learn at the next level. So, all right, Leo. Who do we have left? We got 2 left. My timing is good tonight. What the hell is wrong with me? And I'm not hot. I'm actually a little chilly. I've got my fuzzy slippers on. It's fucking awesome. Hearing the sounds of laughter and camaraderie and community outside. Smelling the woods. It's going to start getting rainy and icky here. But you know what? That's fall, and I love it. Oop. All right. Sagittarius, we have the star card for you. Oh my. Aiming for the stars, Sag. So this is where it's time for you to tap into your inspiration. The image that I'm getting is just that centaur, like gallop, 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 gallop. That time to stop editing your talents, Sagittarius. Stop editing your talents. Let raw inspiration take you somewhere. This is also saying your guides are there. They would like a little more attention, please. Okay. All right. So that your guides would like more of your attention. They're feeding you, is what they're telling me. We're feeding you, but you're not really, picking up on all of it. So Sagittarius, and oh God, I just heard the phrase, it ain't all about you. You got a couple salty guides out there for some Sagittarians. It ain't all about you means there's help. It's not just you alone. There's all this help and inspiration available to you from your guides. And the star card comes up for artists, for people that are connected to the muse, for people that are healers as well. So all of those talents, Sagittarius, time to start asking for help in furthering those skills of yours in healing and just whatever creativity you're doing. Okay. Rose, yeah, well, this is where you feed your ancestors. My tea ceremony teacher, whenever I would be, in my lesson, and I'm practicing, and I'd get things in the wrong order. And she was something else too, because she's just a little spitfire, and she's somebody that, she'd ask you a question, you're answering, and she's got 3 more questions out before you get the first sentence of the answer out. She's just very, like that. And so I'd be in my lesson, and for me, tea was about, deeply meditative. I wanted just peace and to go through the motions. And she'd just be talking up a storm and distracting as hell. It was actually great practice because you really had to just learn the moves so you could be a good host. But if I was in tea ceremony and dropping things all over the place and forgetting things, but particularly if you're getting clumsy, and I have found myself getting super clumsy over the last couple of days. That's a Mercury retro thing too. But she would say you need to feed your ancestors. And literally put something on your altar with some food on it for your ancestors throughout the year, not just Samhain, because Buddhists don't do Samhain. But she'd say you need to feed your ancestors if things were getting clumsy. All right. So, oh, alrighty. We got stuff all over the place here. So there's that, Sag. I'm going to take this one, the veil, the future. So we can get stuck in wanting to know what's going to happen, Sag. This is Samhain when the veil is thin. So, but still, there's a fine distinction between saying, I want to know what's going to happen, and here's what I would like to happen. Because the future is fluid. It doesn't exist. It is dynamic. It changes with every step you take. It changes with every decision you make. And Sting is singing in my head right now. Every leg you break. Every cake you bake. So, this is just saying that the future is a fluid thing and you need to use your inspiration moving towards that future and formulate the way you want it to be rather than tell me what's going to happen. All right. That's a much more empowered position. Okay. Trying to connect on a deep level. All right. Just set up your circle and invite them in. Set up your circle. Get yourself in a good trancy state. And I mean, just talk. This is pretend. Magic is pretend, folks. That's how it starts. Let's pretend we're witches, okay? Let's pretend that if I go and I set up this circle and I call up my guides, that they're going to be there and they're going to talk to me. Now, don't set yourself up with a solid idea of what that's going to look like when they talk to you. Because it could look like suddenly I've got answers in my head immediately. It could look like I dream about it that night. It could look like the next day it's like, oh my God, I suddenly have a realization. Or suddenly there's a bunch of synchronicities or, coincidences that show up that are mind-blowing that let you know that things are connected. So I would say you just need to be very open. You need to set up your sacred space. You need to be open and protected because your guides, your true guides, are not going to be in your most intimate space anyway. So when you set up your circle, you say nothing can come in here which is harmful to me. Only that which is for my best and highest good can enter into this. And then when you invite your guides, only the ones that qualify for that can show up. But I mean, you can tell whether you're talking to your real guides or not. When you sincerely ask for your real guides, they're going to show up. Just protect yourself. Have faith. Trust them. When I got my first two guides, learning how to get over your bad self and go with the flow. That's the whole crux of it, folks. I've gotten a lot of response to the video on keening because it is about letting go. It's about getting over your bad self and just letting it rock, getting your ego out of the way. And if it takes a little bit of alcohol, I hate to endorse alcohol if you have a problem. Don't do it, obviously. But whatever it takes to just calm yourself down. An herbal tea, mugwort and damiana. Do not do mugwort if you are pregnant. But a tea of mugwort and damiana is an incredible trance tea. Use very little of the damiana. It's kind of bitter. And mugwort is bitter too, truthfully. It is a bitter. It's called bitters, But mugwort and damiana tea, not too strong. Put some honey in it. Don't do it when you can't stay up all night because the damiana can really rev you up. But that is a wonderful, wonderful trance tea. You can even do red raspberry leaf nettles in equal amounts and then half the amount of, so 1 part red raspberry leaf, 1 part nettles, half a part of mugwort, 1/4 part of damiana. And you can throw some peppermint in there too, just to make it taste nicer, and some honey. And you will have a fabulous tea for ritual. Okay, I'm going to write that down for you. We might go a little long tonight. I hope you don't mind. Yep. There you go. Weed is fabulous for ritual. Goddess gave it to us for a reason. All right, so 1 part raspberry leaf. Oh my God, trying to type. Mugwort. Damiana. Damiana. And let's say, no, 1/4 part Damiana. And 1/4 part. No, let's make it a half. Let's make it peppermint to taste. All right, there you go. There's your trance tea recipe. And I remember when I first made this, when I first made it, it was just the mugwort Damiana. And witches came over to my house for a ritual, and everybody was drinking this tea. And as we're talking and everything, and all of a sudden everybody's like, hee 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 hee. Everybody was getting like giddy and giggly and and that's the way it makes you feel. It's amazing. It really opens up the portals. But when I did my first meditation to get my guides' names, and I was aware of them, I had been aware of a female and a male for a while, and I would say, somebody help me out here, and I had a a vibe of them, but I didn't know their names, and I sat down to do a meditation, and I didn't expect to get an answer, but it's like, okay, all right, I'd really like to know your name. Ingrid Lloyd, bam, bam. These names just came flying in, and I'm like, Ingrid and Lloyd, where the fuck did those come from? But then I've had the validation, particularly of Lloyd. He's come through when I went to a spiritualist church and somebody was doing readings. All right, let's see. Making a kitchen witch video for the tea. Yes, I will. I actually was thinking about doing kitchen witch videos today and cooking, because I love to cook. I'm a damn good cook, and I have adapted so many recipes to keto that are just fabulous. So, you guys, I am within like 31 decks of running out of my collection for unboxing videos. So unless y'all start sending me decks like mad, within the next month, I'm going to run out of those, and I need to fill up every day, so there's going to be a lot of new stuff coming, and I am so open to the things that you would like to see and hear. All right. So, future, Sag. I want to see what these 3 were. We have regret. We have eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death, and zombie control. All right. So it just sounds like Sag might have a little bit of past cleanup to do as well. And past life stuff. Like I said, you guys, wait till you see this Phoenix Cards video on Friday. Yeah, baby. All right, Cancer is up next, and that's our last one. Thanks for being patient, Cancer. There was a lot of side lessons that came in here. Where's Pi? I'll bring him. He's sleeping. I'm sleeping, but you can see him when I'm done with this. Okay. Thank you, Annette. I'm so happy. It's so validating to me, you guys. You have no idea just like how bad my self-esteem is. It's gotten much better. It has healed a lot, but you have no idea how bad. All right, time, space. All right, Cancer. Wow. Cancer, the portal opens and the veil parts for you this Samhain. Time to get out there and look, scrying. Here we go. So, Cancer, very intuitive Samhain for you. I would say definitely do some scrying. That video drops on Friday. I'll give you a nutshell. Scrying is about the state of mind you're in, not about the tool that you use. This is not scrying. This is divination. Scrying is being in a mind state that allows information to come up from the well, the unconscious well. It's using dark mirrors, it's using crystal balls, it's using things that fuck up your depth perception and allow you to see beyond. So, scrying for you, Cancer. Please watch the video. If you're a Cancer rising sun or moon, please watch that video on Friday so you can decide if you want to do scrying on your own, if you want to do group scrying, all kinds of stuff that you can do. There's a lot of suggestions in that video. And the time space card says it's just time to transcend ordinary reality, Cancer. Time to really take a step into the unknown, into unknown territory for you. And all of us, I'm gonna end this way, you guys. After, well, I'll end after I show you Pie Wacket, but I'm gonna end this way. This is a threshold. Samhain is a threshold. For witches, it's a threshold from the old year into the new. It is, the old year has died, literally died, and we are crossing into a new threshold. I want you to do as much as you can do to open your mind to that concept and play Let's Pretend. Let's pretend everything changes on this night. Let's pretend I'm waking up to something brand new tomorrow. Let's pretend that my ancestors are listening to me and my guides are listening to me and they want to help me. Let's pretend if I reach out and ask them, miracles are going to happen. Let's pretend there's magic everywhere and that I'm a witch and I know how to use it. Let's pretend that all of our energies together are so much greater than the sum total of our parts that we can change this world. What do you think? What do you think, witches? Huh? Time to go get a little pie, all right? His nibs can stay on him little blue scarf. I'm my baby. Oh my God, I love this cat so much. Wait, hold on. All right, I have to put the scarf down. Here, go up and say hi. Go up real close and say hi, Bye. Say hi. Oh my God, look at the belly. Okay, I'll hold my baby. So I had a realization yesterday that almost made me weep buckets. When I got him, the day I got him, looking at him, and he had like little gray lips. And I'm like, oh my God, look at, he's got these little gray lips. How cute, but he's black. So I'm looking at him. We've had him for 2 weeks coming up on Saturday. Bless you. Oh my goodness. And I was noticing that his little gray lips weren't so gray anymore. And I'm thinking, what's going on? And then I realized that his lips are gray, or they're turning not gray, because the hair's growing back in, because his little lips are naked from nursing. Oh my God. Oh my God, Pie. How can I stand it? I can't stand it, baby. You are the sweetest baby ever. And he lets me blow Zerberts in his belly because he's such a sweet boy. He is purring his little ass off right now. And he's very limp too, as you can see. He's like a ferret. He's a ferret kitten. So, all right, Pie Wacket says, have a blessed Samhain. I am scheduling a live stream for 2:00 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday so that we can generate some Samhain prayers together to the Great Mother. We're going to do the Hail Mother Full of Grace. There are videos for that. I will drop links down below after the live stream of the things I've been talking about here. Okay. There you go. There you go, Bubby. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please donate. Please, send me shit. Who wouldn't want that? Thank you for showing up every week. And have a blessed, safe, healthy, transformative Samhain. This is it, folks. We turn a corner. So mote it be. All right. Take care, everybody. I will see you tomorrow on my unboxing, and I'll see you Saturday for live stream. Blessed Samhain. I love you. Bye-bye.